Or you never know.
Yeah, I think they're gonna go in there and spar. I don't think it's gonna be you trying to kill me or I'm trying to kill you. You know, I think it's let's go in here and make this money. You know, it's more of a business tactic than anything.
100%.
And he went from Disney to, you know, getting paid. What I told you, world champions that have dedicated their whole life to this sport, they will never get paid. Not even a percentage of what he's making.
Yeah.
Or are you about it because it's more the sport of boxers?
No, it don't bother me because if I was in that position, I'd be happy. I always look at it like that. Like if I was in that position, I'd be happy making all these millions of dollars. You know, it don't count. It's just for show. I mean, it's a win-win.
Terence Crawford recently weighed in on Gervonta "Tank" Davis's upcoming fight with Jake Paul, describing it as more of a business move than a genuine boxing match. He pointed out the major size difference between the two, with Davis typically fighting around 135 pounds, while Paul steps into the ring at nearly 200. In Crawford's view, that gap makes the matchup feel more like an exhibition than a real contest. Even so, he gave both fighters their due, acknowledging Jake Paul's raw strength and power, along with Tank's explosive, high-impact style. But at the end of the day, Crawford made one thing clear. To him, this fight isn't about pure boxing competition.
I didn't like that one.
Jake too big for Tank, you know? In reality, he's way too big for Tank. Like, Tank is very talented, punch hard, explosive, the whole 9 yards, but...
Yeah, because some people say Jake's fight's rigged. He's like suing people now that say they're rigged. You see that? But how could they rig it before? Because, like, what if they just say, oh, we're going to go soft on each other, and then Tank just fucking throws it right at Jake?
Jake can punch with that right hand. Like, I seen him, you know what I mean, up close in person. Like, dude is big. He's not as slow as people think he is, and he can punch. You know, that's why a lot of people know, like, there was times where, you know, him and Tyson, you know, was in the ring and he could have, like, laid it on Tyson, but he kind of, like, held back.
You could tell.
And that's the same with Tyson. Like, Tyson could have caught Jake with something and he just like, you know, so you can see it.
If you had to choose someone to win that fight, who do you think wins?
Honestly, I think Jake by youth.
Really?
Yeah.
Emiliano Vargas spoke openly about how boxing has changed, noting that the sport is increasingly driven by personalities rather than pure skill, with figures like Jake Paul at the forefront of this shift. He explained that Jake realized early on that modern boxing isn't just about legacy or talent anymore, it's about attention. Today, fan excitement, social media buzz, and entertainment value often decide who earns the biggest paychecks. Vargas admitted that this reality can feel unfair to fighters who've dedicated their lives to mastering the craft and competing against elite opponents, yet still earn far less than influencers who thrive on hype. While he acknowledged Jake Paul's approach as smart and undeniably effective, Vargas couldn't hide his disappointment, seeing it as proof that boxing is drifting away from true competition and moving closer to pure entertainment.
Right. Explain this to me, not in basketball terms, just such a funny internet game, but explain this to me like a third grader. What is an exhibition fight?
I don't even know, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. All I know is that Jake is making, I don't, God damn.
But when they say
God bless Jake, bro, because this is what he figured out. He figured out this. He figured out boxing is all about attention.
100%.
And he went from Disney to, you know, getting paid. What I told you, world champions that have dedicated their whole life to this sport, they will never get paid. Not even a percentage of what he's making.
Yeah.
But because attention brings dollars. It doesn't matter if it's a podcast, if it's a movie premiere, if it's boxing. If there's no attention on it, you're not going to make no money from it.
This is like the WNBA conversation. That's why they don't make the money, because they don't have the attention.
No, for sure. I was at the WNBA yesterday. That shit was lit, bro.
It was lit?
I was chopping it up with Floyd was there.
It was good?
People they won by like, I think 1 or 2 points. But I was standing up and I was jumping, you know, it's the finals though.
Yeah.
It's the finals. So, all that aside, I just feel like Gervonta could crack though, bro.
Oh, of
Gervonta
course.
could crack. I mean,
so this is what I want.
He's sparred light heavyweights and heavyweights before. Like, this ain't nothing new.
Even taller guys.
For sure.
Yeah, so what I really want to ask you in regards to that fight is, like, obviously someone like Gervonta is not in his mind, he's not going to go out there and look stupid, no matter how it goes.
Right. No, he's not.
But that's what when I see it's an
He's not.
exhibition fight, I'm like, what does that mean?
And you can still get knocked out. You know, I feel like that means there's not going to be no winner.
No effect on the record.
Yeah, that's exactly what it means. But you could get knocked out.
So you don't think, because like, you know, the beef now is like, this shit's the WWE. That's what people say about boxing.
I mean,